Hi, Donovan. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's just me and you on here now.
No, we've got some media on here, so we'll get started.
Uh,
Okay. I want to thank all media for joining us for Super Bowl 55 media availability with Buccaneers offensive tackle Donovan Smith. We'll get started, and the first question will come from Corey McLaughlin. Just kidding. We'll go to Greg Auman.
Hey, Donovan, just want to ask you about the line as a whole and the way you guys have stepped up here in the postseason. Obviously, a lot of things have gone right in these last 3 games, but how this line has played and how important it is on Sunday to continue that.
yeah, no, we've been playing great. It's been something that we've been working on since training camp, obviously. We talk about every day. Anytime we go out there on the field, in between those lines, we want to establish who we are. So, at the beginning, we were just tying things together. But I feel like we're in a good groove, good flow. So, yeah.
Thanks, Donovan.
Next, we'll go to James Palmer.
Donovan, take me through when you hear a check at the beginning of the season from Tom on changing something to now. What's going through your head now? Is it more, I knew this was coming, you're kind of seeing things similar, or where is it compared to the beginning to now?
Yeah, no, I think it's exactly that. We all on the same page. So that's pretty much what it is. He sees something, we see it as well. We go from there, or we'll make a call and roll with it. So as long as we're all on the same page, we'll be good.
Next, we'll go to Tom Rock.
Donovan, checking in from Newsday back on Long Island. Wanted to see
Hi, Long Island people.
There you go. What memories do you have of growing up here, and do you still have family around?
Yeah, man. Oh, man. I was born right there at Mercy Hospital, across the street from Hempstead High School. I went to MG Rhodes Early Childhood Center. I used to live right off of Wellington Street. So yeah, no, I just have a lot of memories of, hanging out with my friends, running the streets. And yeah, I still got my family out there in Amityville, Westbury, Babylon, everywhere. So, I'm Long Island all day.
Next, we'll go to Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Donovan, congratulations. Hey, I wanted to ask you, Tom is always going out of his way to help no matter who it is. If you're, the first string, fourth string, whatever it is on a team. Given the fact that he's been the difference maker and getting you guys to this point, how have the players on the team shown appreciation to him?
Oh, no, it's great. Anytime you get the experience from Tommy B, I feel like he done seen it all, done it all. In this league, you get experience, and he got 20 plus years of it, or whatever it is. So, he likes to chime in, give little tidbits to a lot of guys in which, he may feel it'll help, and it does. So, to be able to have that extra, I guess you say, coaching, on the side as we do, and in general, because, we want to get better. So anytime you can help somebody, that's what you're going to do. But, to be able to have him and his experience and everything, it's just a bonus.
Next, we'll go to Michael Gelkin.
Psych.
Sure. I thought it might have been muted. Thanks, Simon. I was curious, the Buccaneers have been very active when it comes to assisting the Tampa community with COVID-19 relief or taking on social justice initiative. What do you feel the responsibility is for an NFL organization, for a locker room, to be involved in affecting change in the country and in their respective communities?
Me personally, I feel as if it's huge. Anytime we get to this position, being the best of the best in the world, you want to use your platform in positive ways, any way possible. It could, the slightest thing that means a little bit to you means a lot to you. You want to get out there, get your name on it, make sure you advocating for those things, change, and because it starts with us. You may not feel like you necessarily reaching out to somebody right then and there, but best believe someone is taking it in, and it all starts with just one person. So you change one life, it's just a trickle down effect. So yeah, I just would encourage a lot of guys to get out there and pick something, whatever it is, and hit it full force because it's no time like now.
Next, we'll go to Elton Hayes.
Hey, Donovan, I'm a Penn State beat writer up here in State College. You got a lot of people up here cheering you on.
We are,
Hey,
baby.
man. I wanted to ask you, this year marks the fifth bowl that Penn State alumni are going to play in. You got Chris, you got AQ, and you also got Stefan over for the Chiefs. What does that mean for you to represent the program at this big stage? And with Chris, what's that like having your former college teammate there with you, or your college player with you, playing in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, no, it's huge. Obviously, Penn State's the greatest university out there. So anytime you get guys who go through that program, then build up, make it to the league, and then just have the opportunity to be on the same team, it's a plus because you're comfortable with that guy and you have somebody kick it with. It makes the transition a little bit easier. Fortunately, we got AQ and CG here to where we just holding it down for Penn State here at the Bucs. It's three of us here. We're gonna go rock out. Represent the Nittany Lions the right way as well. We go out there and represent the Bucs. So yeah, it's always a blessing to have college teammates in the same locker room as you when you make it to the league, especially at this stage where we're at.
Next, we'll go to Kevin Lewis.
Donovan, before the season, opting out was on the table for you and a lot of other guys until the safety protocols were stepped up. Just how, in June, July, the possibility that there might not even be a season wasn't that crazy. The fact that there has been, and the things that players individually have been able to do in terms of taking responsibility for staying safe, just what does that mean to you as you look back on that?
Looking back on it, I have the right to voice how I feel. I feel like a lot of people, took it and ran and said, oh, he's not playing. I never sat there and said I wasn't. I just voiced some concerns. But with that, it was a weird year to where we didn't know what was going to happen or if we were going to even make it through. But like I said, here with the Bucs, they did a great job with social distancing us, making sure we followed all the protocols. And, you just got to really give the guys, the players, a pat on the back because obviously if, we didn't lock in and understand what's at stake, we obviously would be dealing with a lot of COVID issues. So you kind of got to pat the guys on their back for staying true and focusing on, what's at hand. And, that's the season. So, each week we had two opponents, COVID and whoever we were playing. So, you just got to commend the guys for following the rules, doing what they were supposed to do and, locking in.
Next, we'll go to Sean Stepner.
Hey, Donovan, Sean Stepner, sports reporter at WMAR, ABC in Baltimore. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
You talked about Penn State. You talked about growing up on Long Island. Time to talk about high school.
I got to talk about Baltimore, right?
Yeah. Hey, so I'm catching up with some of your old high school coaches from Owings Mills. And, what do you remember from your time playing for Owings Mills? And what are some of the highlights? And I know you've been back a couple times since you graduated. How important is it to you to kind of get back there as an alumni and give back to the Owings Mills community as well?
Oh, man. When I got to Owings Mills, we were not good. So, coming in, I just came from New York and everything, just kind of still feeling my way out down there in Baltimore. But Owings Mills was cool. It was good school, a lot of good people in there. Definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things, different things coming from New York. And then, just the team, being there, like I said, we weren't pretty good. We knew we had to work at it and we chipped away. We were able to get our first win and then, second, third, and then just packing on from there. And then over the years, they've been doing a great job with, developing the guys and becoming a program that's, playing ball and winning games. So, you know, that's huge, you know, and I like to give back. You know, I always wish that when I was younger, we had people who, you know, were successful and came through the schools and talked to, you know, students and stuff like that to kind of give them a nudge that, like, you know, you can make it out of here. You can go be something from this place or anything. You know, just kind of give that extra motivation. So, you know, I just try to get back out there, touch as many people as I can, in terms of giving back. And yeah.
Next, we'll go to Corey McLaughlin.
Hey, Donovan. I'm from Baltimore Magazine too, so kind of following up on that. And I'm actually from Long Island originally, but
Hey, where we're at?
Bayshore.
Okay, there you go.
And I went to Penn State too. That was like 10 years ago. So
I
we got
love it. Y'all so lucky I can't see y'all.
But anyway, what did you said being at Owings Mills opened your eyes to some things coming from Long Island? I mean, what do you mean by that?
I just mean like culturally. For me, it's just different. New York, it was fast paced. The way people move, you know, the whole mentality is just different. Being up north, so you know, coming down to Baltimore, I kind of was like I almost felt like I was in a shell because, you know, I kind of was just peeping everything, just observing. But, you know, like I said, I met so many people, just all different walks of life. And, you know, they shared some things with me, experiences and stuff like that. And it just allowed me to, you know, see things differently. So, yeah.
And it's interesting. We talked to Shaq Barrett the other day, and he left Baltimore in the city at some point to go, you know, and that kind of kicked off his, you know, his college career and all of that. And you left Long Island to go to Baltimore. I know Owings Mills is outside the city, but
Right.
Have you guys did that come up with between you two?
Nah, surprisingly not. If I did, it was probably one of those things to where we were young and I didn't even realize him or whatever it may have been. But nah, I haven't heard of Shaq until we got here, honestly. But yeah, you know, leaving New York, my uncle took me and my twin sister in and kind of just paved the way for us, and you know, just took advantage of it.
Next, we'll go to David Melandra.
Hey, Donovan, just one question for you is, during your time up at Penn State, what did you take away from playing under head coach James Franklin that got you to where you are today?
I mean, I was only there for what did I have, a year with him? So I feel like I learned most of my ball with Bill O'Brien. I had him just for 2 years, so you know, just being comfortable in that position, learning from them. He was coming from the NFL at the time, so. But yeah, you know, just with Franklin, you know, he preaches a lot in terms of work ethic. You know, we got core values and stuff like that. You want to have a good attitude, how you carry yourself, and stuff like that. So you know, there's definitely some tidbits and whatnot that they go through every day, I'm sure. Their core values that transitioned over.
Next, we'll go to Paolo with ESPN.
Hey, Donovan, how are you, man?
You?
Good, thank you. I was just wondering, what was it like when you found out that Tom Brady was going to be a Buc? What's the first thing that kind of came to mind? And does the left tackle automatically kind of develop a special relationship with the quarterback, being that he protects his blind side and he's so important for the quarterback's protection?
I like to say, all my friends will tell you, I had a feeling Tommy was going to come in way before anything even happened. And then when it did happen, you know, I just like to speak things in existence. And I said, we're going to go to the bowl. You know, that's where we're at. But in terms of the quarterback left tackle relationship, I mean, it's there, but like, I feel like a lot of it is just more so just the line in general. And just knowing, you know, having trust, knowing that I'm gonna do my job, and he's gonna be where he be to, you know, make sure I do my job. So yeah, but I mean, I see what you're getting at, but nah, we be chilling.
Next, we'll go to Fago Franklin.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. What does it mean to you to play for an organization that embodies inclusion and diversity?
Oh man, great question. It's huge. Like I said, in the place and time where we at in the world in America, you kind of want to have, like you say, the fair chances with diversity, whether it be shout out to Coach Lowe, come being out there coaching D-line. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, all of the, African American coaches that we have here. It just shows the level of, let me see how I can say this. It's really just great, to be able to just have the opportunity. Anybody just all wants opportunity at the end of the day, and to be able to seize it. And with this organization to have as much diversity as we do have, it just proves the point that, all we need is a chance. So shout out to everybody in the coaching staff. Shout out to BA for, putting it together. And yeah.
Next, we'll go to Heather Lay.
Hi, Donovan. Sorry, I had to unmute myself there. I was just talking to Ali, so I wanted to pose this question to you as well. I know you guys are kind of probably all in the same room together, but I know you've been working with Robert Dubois. He was the man that was wrongfully convicted of murder and sat in prison on death row for 37 years of his life. And again, I just spoke with Ali about this, but I wanted to hear your thoughts as well, being that you've been working with him too. I understand you guys were sent the article that I wrote in a group text and decided to help him. Was that a hard decision? I'm guessing that it wasn't hard at all.
Yeah, back in, what was it? It might have been July or August or something like that. Obviously with our social justice group, Bradley Pinion, Ali Marpet, myself, who am I missing? Carlton Davis. We're on the board and, we're in a group text and whatnot. And I guess maybe Ali had seen it, screenshotted it, sent us the link. We read it and it kind of was just like, it's a grimy situation. He wasn't, able to get awarded any compensation or anything like that. And I just felt like for us, we just came together and was like, how can we get him, you can't replace 37 years, at all, let alone being on death row. So we were just saying, how can we, get him started, whether it be, quick job, talking to the right people or anything like that. But, we kind of just came together and said, okay, well, get him on his feet and figure it out. But ever since then, it's just been like a growing relationship between us. And, Robert's a great man. So.
Next, we'll go to Santiago Tomasi.
Hi, thanks, Mr. Smith. I would like you to ask about the defense of Kansas. Stephen Spagnuolo is known because he throws a lot of blitzes, especially in third downs. How do you prepare yourself, teammates, to a game, with so many blitzes?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you going in and out. What was the first part?
Stephen Spagnuolo defense is known for the blitz. How do you prepare yourself and your teammates with that kind of defense?
Oh yeah, we kind of, like I said, we go in, we watch film, watch the tape, and we got to study it. We got to understand and know what they like to do, when they like to do it, and work through it honestly. We got to have blitz pickup work. So, we get together, we'll talk things out and figure it out, ways to pick it up, ways to get it done. And that's just the way, we work. So.
Next, we'll go to Josh Allen.
Hey, Donovan, how are we doing?
How are you?
Good. You kind of faced some unfair criticism this year, but towards the end of the year, in that bye week specifically, your play really turned around, and we've really seen this line come on as a whole. Can you just speak to what that bye week was able to do for you, yourself, and for the line as a whole?
Oh, man, I think it just allowed everybody to just, reset, hone in on the things that we needed to. I feel like the bye week every time, just no matter where it is, it's kind of just a self-evaluation week for you to sit there, look at where the games you got up to here and evaluate yourself. why did this happen? Why is this happening? What can we do better? You know, X, Y, Z, and go from there. And, you know, it's our job to fix it. So that's all it is. You know, we were able to rest our body, come back strong, and play hard, fast, physical, smart ball to where, you know, we each elevate our talent, you know, not even just me, you know, across the board. You know, as a team, we've been playing, you know, great. I feel like everybody is getting accustomed and used to each other to where you're able to just go out there and play. Communication is great between guys, and, you know, we like to have fun with it too. So you can't lose sight of that. And I feel like, you know, we have all of those here. So
Next, we'll go to Alec Lease.
Hey, Donovan, what's doing? I host a show called First Class Fatherhood. I talk about fatherhood and family life. And I know you got a little girl at home there. What was the experience like for you becoming a dad? And what are the top values that you're hoping to instill in your daughter growing up?
oh man, it's great. You know, it's probably top the well, it did the best thing happened in my life. You know, my baby girl, she's precious. I love her. I FaceTime her how many times a day just to see her smile at me. You know, at 6 months, it means a lot. And you know, I just want to instill for her to be, you know, confident, you know, trustworthy, loving, caring, and respectful. But yeah, that's what's my baby girl. Shout out to Sarai. Shout out to, you know, Kayla. You know, for giving birth to our beautiful baby girl. So yeah.
Next, we'll go to Alex Fleming.
Smith, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Bro, I am good. I remember when you were drafted. I remember you got a lot of haters. Like you got a lot of haters. People who said some pretty foul and disgusting stuff about you. But what's funny is no one's heard your name in about 5, 6 weeks because you're holding it down. What does a Super Bowl victory on Sunday mean to you?
Oh man, the Super Bowl victory on Sunday. To me, it would mean the world. Just coming from, you know, weird time and where we are with the pandemic. You know, it was a weird year. You know, like I said, I had my daughter born here this year. But to be able to cap off the year with a Super Bowl win, you know, it just proves all of the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that you put in, you know, behind the clock, to make sure that you go out there and perform. It makes it all worth it. So to be able to go out there and celebrate that with the guys that we, you know, work with every day. I feel like I've seen these guys every day since July, which is probably, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, it is definitely something at the end of the tunnel that, you know, we all want to get to and experience. So, you know, it'd be great to be able to hoist that trophy up come Sunday.
We have time for a couple more. Next, we'll go to Joey Redmond.
Donovan, thank you, man. I really appreciate your time. As a veteran exterior lineman, you've earned yourself a big contract, the whole thing. You've had a great NFL career to this point. I'd love to get your perspective on the anomaly that happened out in Tennessee this year with a 2,000-yard rusher and not a single Pro Bowl lineman. And one, could you possibly help me understand how that's possible? And two, is there a way for you to quantify maybe just an average in a game of how many times in the run scheme it's really the offensive lineman and the running backs working together versus the running back just making a play?
Man, we're going to be advocating for a long time if we had to sit there and figure out that. You feel me? I don't even have the answer to it. I mean, football, I feel like, is probably the only team sport to where I feel like one person can't take over a game. I could be wrong, but, you know. But, yeah, man, you know, hey, it's great to be able to sit there and know that you're doing your job regardless of what's going on. You have guys who are successful because of your work, offensive linemen, quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, You don't have top offenses without a good offensive line. You don't have, there's good running backs and everything, but those offensive linemen, I'm on my horn today, we make things go. Because, without those front five, a lot of things can't happen. So, to be able to get out there, compete hard, physical, and have fun with it, it definitely means a lot. But I mean, we're going to be advocating for a long time, dog. I have no answers for you. Listen, you might be able to do a better job at figuring it out than me. Because, I mean, it's a popularity contest at the end of the day. The true work and whatnot, I feel like goes unnoticed and guys who actually deserve it. So, yeah.
Next, we'll go to Jory Epson.
Hi, Donovan. How are you doing today?
How are you?
Good, thanks. You and I spoke last week about the youth mentorship program that you participate in, and I wanted to circle back to 2 points. The first being what it means to be in those breakout rooms with Ali and how you think that ultimately translates to the chemistry y'all have on the field.
I think what helps the most with our chemistry is just, I've been with Ali, let's say the Senior Bowl, coming out of college or whatever it's been. So, in the Senior Bowl, we played a whole game and practiced a whole week next to each other. And, just by God's grace, we were able to get drafted to the same place. He played center, right guard, and then came over to left guard the third year. Our lockers are right next to each other. We hung out a lot. I think that plays a part. He just knows how I am as a player, and I know how he is as a player. He knows when I want to take my shots and stuff like that, and same vice versa, to where we're able to cover and play off each other. But that's just what makes football so special, because you have to have 5 guys, 11 guys, all on the same page and flow. So yeah.
We have time for a couple more. Next, we'll go to Randy Zella.
Hey, Donovan, thanks for taking a few minutes with us today. Really appreciate it.
No doubt.
So I have 2 questions for you. One, can you talk about on how all the COVID protocols sort of changed everything on how you guys approach your practices and in camp, and how it affected you personally? And then the second question is, when Tom, Bruce, and Rob came in, you've been with this franchise for quite a few years, on how the culture changed for the team?
So for the COVID protocols, I feel like it was always a new protocol every other week. It's something that we had to, be more strict on or more aware of. But like I said, at the end of the day, we had to do it, whatever it was going to be. I don't think that it changed much. I mean, we move our meeting rooms and stuff, but it's the blessings of being in Florida. You can sit outside in 70, 80-degree weather with a nice little breeze and get your work in. But what was your second question? You don't even remember. Did he hear me?
No, I'm here. Having Tom and Rob and Bruce.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
So having Tommy B come into the locker, I feel like our locker room has been the same. I think it just allowed other guys to see that it was okay to be themselves throughout the locker room. I feel as if just the job that we're in, a lot of guys are forced to, in my opinion, forced to be away. Whether that be, you're not comfortable. You want to be your best self when you're in the facility. I feel like you will get the best work, best, results from guys who are themselves, being able to be themselves, because they're not worried about trying to be somebody else just to, get the job done. So, our locker room's been great for all the years that I've been here. I've always commended our locker room. But yeah, just adding those guys, it just helped a lot of guys to be able to see like it's okay to be yourself and go out there and play. So yeah.
All right, that's all we have time for. Appreciate you taking time, Donna.
I appreciate all of y'all. Shout out my LI people, Baltimore people, Penn State people, Tampa people. We here.